It is Earth Day, a time when the world shows support for climate preservation and environmental protections. But the Trump administration has been retreating from some of those safeguards. The president signed an executive order in January withdrawing the U.S. from the Paris Agreement. It was a landmark agreement, but he called it a ripoff. And DOGE has slashed federal weather and climate research programs. And CNN has learned the U.S. wants to impose tariffs as high as 3,500% on solar panels coming from Southeast Asia. But today, the White House said the president is committed to protecting the planet.
He wants America to have the cleanest air and the cleanest water, and we want to do what's right for our environment and for our Earth. And a lot of that is making sure that we have clean and sustainable energy. And we know that we produce natural gas cleaner and more efficiently than any country in this world, and the president wants to see that continue.
Let's talk about this now with Michael E. Mann, Presidential Distinguished Professor of Earth and Environmental Science at the University of Pennsylvania, and he's also Director of the Penn Center for Science, Sustainability, and the Media, and Vice Provost of Climate Science Action and Policy, and the author of the upcoming book, Science Under Siege. So he must be really smart on this because he's done so many things. Michael, thanks for being with us. And you heard what the press secretary said there, that the president wants the U.S. to have the cleanest air and the cleanest water. When you look at what he has done so far, policy-wise, from the Oval Office, is that what it tells you he's going for?
Yeah, hi, Brianna. It's good to be with you, or I'd like to say it's good to be with you on Earth Day. Of course, it's not an auspicious Earth Day because the administration is engaged in this assault on, environmental preservation. And what's so disturbing is the use of Orwellian language, and there's nothing else to call this, really. It's literally double speak. It's claiming that they're doing exactly the opposite of what they're doing, claiming they're for clean air and clean water, when just today they eliminated policies, EPA policies, that are intended to protect children from dangerous so-called forever chemicals that cause cancer and other ailments. And so they're literally involved in a dismantling of all of the environmental protections on clean energy, on clean water and clean air, and of course climate as well, in the actions that they're taking right now, just the opposite of what they were claiming in that press conference.
So that's an issue of PFAS, right? These forever chemicals. And the White House is out today with a press release where they say on Earth Day, we finally have a president who follows science. And it goes through a myriad of things that he's doing: carbon capture, pausing restrictive emissions, rules for coal plants, expanding responsible logging. But then there's also something about ending the forced use of paper straws. And in that specific note, it says that paper straws contain dangerous PFAS chemicals, forever chemicals linked to significant long-term health conditions. What do you make of them heralding something specifically like that about PFAS and then doing what they're doing with this EPA regulation?
Yeah, well, I mean, what it shows is that there's some cognitive dissonance here, that they're actually engaged in, supporting measures that are actually antagonistic with respect to other measures that they're supporting, that they are at odds with each other, because while they might be claiming that they're trying to reduce the use of paper straws that do have certain dangerous chemicals in them, when you look at their overall policies, they are actually paving the way for polluters to dump far more of these extremely dangerous PFAS, these forever chemicals, into our water supplies and of course, in pollution into our air. So they're claiming to do exactly the opposite of what they're doing, and they're hoping that people won't take them to task. They're hoping that journalists won't take them to task. They're hoping that people are too confused about the seemingly contradicting claims to sort of sort it out themselves, and they just sort of throw their hands up in defeat. And so that's what they're hoping, because to the extent that we are disinformed and misinformed and disengaged, that simply enables the agenda of the polluters whose pocket they're in.
Michael E. Mann, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. always great to have you. And still to come, what will the Trump administration